Happy evening, everyone. A very good evening. I hope and I believe all of you are doing well and recovering from the INICET exam hangover to target the NEET PG, which is coming your way. So, I have some amazing revision plan for all of you. Not very generic, but it is specifically which is curated for each one of you and which will definitely give you an extra edge. It will keep you on track throughout these days. Before I tell you the details and we dive into this session, a quick nod whether the audio visual is good. Let me also check that. Happy evening, Simran, Priya, Naina. I love those custom emojis and the loyalty badges beside the achievers, the members' names. RD, Puneet Behani, Dr. Krishna, Geeky. Okay. Geetu, I can see all of you. Asha, Reshma, absolutely. Video is stuck. Okay, let me see if I can resolve it. Give me a moment. Is the video better now? Is the video better now? Okay, so I can see it's better now. Chalo, thankfully the video is not stuck. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult, to get that connect while communicating with all of you. So let me see. Okay, Pramod has a query regarding the channel membership. Pramod, it's not necessary to do with the card itself. You can use your fellow members have helped you out on the Telegram group with other method which goes very successful. That is your Google Pay or Google Play. Even I don't know, but there's a message on the group. Please check that out. You can use that. Okay, irrespective of the card. So yes, I hope all of you are out of the hangover that you have post INICET. If you remember our second revision timetable, I think some students have lost the track also of the revisions that are going on. So we had the second revision which was planned up till 18th of November, which was where we had only 1 day to medicine, 1 day to surgery, and it caused a lot of hustle amongst many of you thinking ki ek din mein medicine kaise karenge. So that was just a 16 days revision timetable. Why did we get it in between? Because to help you for INICET and because the NEET exams are not declared yet. So we had that extra time ka advantage in our hands, but otherwise it was not on plan. So that second revision timetable, if you have used it very wisely, as I had mentioned, it was to look into the previous year papers. If you have done that, now you have a very good idea of what are the important topics. INICET has again proven that the topics are repeated. You need not go into those, minor topics, rarely asked topics, frequently asked topics, but still we tend to make mistakes in the exam. क्योंकि MCQ के options देख के लगता है कि they look so similar, we are confused कि what is the right option, right? So as you can see that solving the MCQs is of paramount importance now. Okay, now since the NEET PG exam dates have not been declared, and I'm sure and I know many of you have been messaging also कि उसकी वजह से it becomes a bit difficult to maintain that pace of studies. Happens with me as well. When I'm given a deadline, you have this work to be completed by this day, automatically it sets us into pace. But when you are not sure कि exam होने कब वाला है, when is the deadline, we tend to have a laid back attitude. It happens with me as well. But remember that the board can come up, suddenly wake up from sleep and tell you कि exam अभी होने वाला है. So be prepared for that. So prepare as if your exam is going to be on 10th of January itself. Okay. Mostly it will be postponed because ideally 2 months before at least they should communicate कि exam ये date पे होने वाला है. But prepare as if it's on 10th of January. Now, thank you. So what is the plan? Now, before we go ahead with the plan, I'm sure INICET has mixed response. Some students are very happy, the exam was very easy. Some students are sad, the exam was lengthy, the options were confusing, there were multiple options and all those things. So after this exam, many of you would have gone, like it happens with every exam, you think कि नहीं होगा, it's मतलब आपको लगता है कि नीट पीजी में भी शायद हो पाएगा कि नहीं, इतना टाइम नहीं है, हम नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए प्रिपेयर करते हैं. गाइज रिमेंबर दैट एनी टाइम द एग्जाम पैटर्न कैन चेंज. ठीक है, सो इट्स बेटर दैट वॉट एवर you have in your hands now, please concentrate on that. Make your NEET PG, the upcoming NEET PG exam, whether you are an intern, whether you are a post intern, fresher, dropper, your NEET PG exam which is coming up 2021 should be your final target. You are not looking at any other exam except, of course, for the Central Institute exams. If you are a very die-hard fan of Central Institutes, that's the only thing. But at least you are not aiming for the next NEET PG or next exam as it would come. So for NEET PG, this is your last target. Okay, take it like that. And whether you think you can, so I'm sharing some of my favorite quotes with you, which keep me on toes all the time. I've done that in one of my videos as well. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. What does that mean is that basically whatever you think, it manifests in your life. Okay, so when I'm telling you this magic mantra कि आप जो सोचोगे वो होगा, अगर आप सोचोगे कि नहीं होगा तो नहीं होगा. For that, please do not blame everyone, because it was you who said कि it will not happen. No matter how much I motivate you, your friends motivate you, your family motivates you, until and unless you have it in your thought process कि I can do it and I will do it, it will really not manifest. So number one, please take home message today. Change your thoughts. At least start doing that. Even if it is not coming naturally, do it deliberately. Keep on thinking, keep visualizing. It works very well for me all the time. As I always share the secret, which is visualize whatever you want in your life. Visualize yourself doing, if you want MD medicine, MD radiology, in KEM, in MAMC, wherever you want to do, visualize yourself going into that branch, going into that college. So do that homework if you have not done yet, writing down your goal, number one thing, right? Next one, as I said, many of you might be feeling कि नहीं हो रहा है, चलो छोड़ देते हैं, next time देखेंगे, exams आते रहेंगे. Remember that magic happens when you do not give up, even though you want to. Okay, so magic happens when you do not give up. Suddenly, when you say no, I want to do it and I will do it, the universe itself sets everything in sync with your thoughts and you get it. So magic happens when you do not give up, even though you want to. The universe always falls in love with a stubborn heart. Okay, so whatever you want, be stubborn about it. Ki I will get it at any cost. It's only for the good things, not the bad things in life. Okay, and this is very, very favorite, and it inspires me every time. So this is Michael Jordan's quote, and he says that every time I feel tired while I am exercising and training, I close my eyes to see that picture, to see that list with my name. This usually motivates me to work again. This is nothing but what I always share, the power of visualization, the power of the book which is called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. An amazing book. The law of attraction, you can see everybody is practicing it, whether or not you are doing it deliberately, but it is working on you. So next time, read this quote for yourself, like every time I feel tired while I am studying, while I am revising, close your eyes, see that picture, the results day, imagine that, visualize that result day. You're waiting for the results to come up, you are there in front of the screen and you see your roll number, there in the top rankers list. Imagine, even imagining about it is giving me such goosebumps and a wave of joy. I'm sure same you are experiencing that. So ये तो अभी सोचने पे you are getting so much खुशी, जब होगा तब तो कितना ज़्यादा होगा. So this will definitely motivate you to work again, whenever you are not feeling like studying. So just close your eyes, visualize that list, the result coming up. Imagine yourself, the results are there, you are in the top rank and you are getting calls from everywhere. We want to know your success story. We want you to inspire everyone. It is a moment of life, it's amazing. I still believe when my results were declared, that moment I still believe, and they are moments to be cherished forever. Right? So yes, and this is very, very strong. I personally believe so much in this, and the more I believe in it, I realize the more it works for me. So start practicing it, and I'm sure after the exams, after the results, you'll come back and thank me for this. All right. So now coming to the final plan. Okay, coming to the final plan. So this is the timetable that I have planned for all of you. I actually sat last night, of course, with my better half, Dr. Hitesh. You all know him, the anesthesia faculty. And we sat down, we had some brainstorming on deciding, what is the best thing that, the timetable that we should give to the students, which is a perfect mix of both the subject-wise study also and the integrated pattern also. So if you see the first revision cycle that we had, it was integrated revision cycle. And I'm sure I've got messages from the students that helped you in your exam. INICET, FMGE exam, the last NEET PG exam all had clinical integrated questions. So that is the need of the hour, right? So our first revision cycle was based on integrated. The second revision cycle, which was just 16 days, basically it was meant for your previous year papers. And this third revision cycle is a mix of both, the individual subjects also plus the integrated study revision as well. Now, how is it a mix of both? So if you see, the sequence of topics that we have planned for you are integrated. Okay? Sabse pehle we will start with physiology. Once you read physiology, the receptors, how the ANS system works, everything, then we will revise pharmacology. After that comes your pathology, microbiology, and finally the medicine, which is nothing but a mix of all these subjects. So once you are done with the subjects, medicine will become very, very easy for you. Medicine के साथ pediatrics भी हमने कर दिया. Pediatrics के बाद biochemistry, because your inborn errors of metabolism, so you can integrate with pediatrics. Then we start with your surgical branches here. That is anatomy. Once you have read anatomy, all the muscles, the bones, then orthopedics, then anesthesia, then surgery, OBGY, Ophthal, ENT. So then comes your surgical branches. Then you have radiology, which is integrated with any subject. So that is why radiology is at the end. You have read about the disease, then you just have a look at the images. Then is your dermatology, a short subject there. Then you have PSM, psychiatry and FMT. Okay, so your subjects are grouped in such a way that they are integrated. Okay, that they are integrated. And this revision plan is starting from tomorrow. Okay, that is 23rd of January, Monday. Purposefully, we gave you break after the exam so that you can relax. Taking breaks is very, very important. And this revision timetable is till January 7. If you see, this is like total 46 days. Why 46 days? If you calculate these total days, these are 40 days. Plus, we have kept one separate day because after revision 1, I got messages from many students saying, ki ma'am, we could not manage time for GTs. Please give separate days for GTs. So that is what we have done. Every Sunday is reserved for your solving the GTs. Every Sunday. Starting from एक Sunday कल चले गया तो वो GT का दिन चले गया. Now upcoming Sundays 29 November, 6 December, 13, 20, 27 and 3rd of January. Each of these Sundays would be your specifically dedicated to GT. Okay, it would be only for GTs. Then let me just share my views, whatever is the timetable. Whatever queries you guys have, you can let me know. I'll give you time for that. If we feel this makes sense, we will make changes in the timetable accordingly. ये कोई कहीं से आया नहीं है कि यही blueprint है और ऐसा ही होगा. We can make changes based on what inputs you give me, whatever is in the best interest of everyone. All right. So what you can see is basically tomorrow, that is your 23rd, which is a Monday. Then you will have a Sunday coming up on 29th. ठीक है, 29, 6 दिसंबर, 13 दिसंबर, 20 दिसंबर, 27 दिसंबर एंड 3rd of January. ये हो गए आपके 6 संडेज. ठीक है, तो ये 6 संडेज you will give GTs. Okay, these are the days dedicated for GTs. Rest of the days you will be studying for the respective subjects. Okay, so like here you see pathology, we have given 3 days. So 28 November, since 29 is the Sunday, you will skip pathology on that day. Then you will read second day of pathology on 30th November and 1st of December. So GT wala day Sunday will be off for the subjects. It is dedicated only for your GTs. Alright. So similarly, you see here, wherever you have days in 1.5, like pediatrics, 1.5 days good enough. So finish it in the 1 day and the first half of the next day. After that, start reading biochemistry for 2.5 days. So that is why you will see 10th of December coming in both the dates. Similarly here, you have 28 December and 28 December. So 3.5 days for OBGY, 1.5 day for Ophthalm. So I hope all of you are happy with the number of days that we have dedicated. Physio 2, Pharmac 3, Patho 3, Micro 2, Medicine 4. Now these are the days which I felt are sufficient to revise. But you know, for you, for each one of you, it would be different. Maybe you will think that, you know, Pharmac I can do in 2 days. For Physio I need 3 days. You can customize your timetable accordingly. But make sure, you know, that you don't make too many changes. You follow the sequence, because I would try my best to help you with the daily test as well on whatever subjects you are reading for the day. If not for that subject, a random test will come up, a surprise test, which will be like a reality check. So you will have tests coming in. You have Winsome Wednesday sessions, you know, on every Wednesday. If not on Wednesday due to some reasons, we do it on some other day in a week, which are free. Please make note, these are free to everyone when they are live. But once it goes off air, my YouTube channel members can take advantage of it. It would be available to them. Now, apart from that, whoever are the members of the YouTube channel, I would be planning exclusive sessions for you as well. You know, like we had one session on pharmacology, the JIPMER PYQs. Similarly, even if be it very, very short sessions, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes session, but I'll try and see you, not really, but virtually, at least on the YouTube live sessions, so that, you know, it gives you a reality check for your preparation. So we would have exclusive live sessions for members. We would have guidance sessions, strategy sessions for members. Apart from that, as you all know, I have been teaching on Unacademy as well. There are free sessions. Please watch each of those. For those who are Plus subscribers on Unacademy, can watch all the sessions. Each one of it is important. Now, I will try my best that whatever subject is dedicated for that day, like हम physio से start कर रहे हैं, I'll try my best to share the links with you of all the physiology sessions that I have taken, be it on Winsome Wednesday, be it on Unacademy, the free special classes, or on the Plus course. So I'll try my best to share the links in time with you, but many times it becomes difficult. So I hope all of you understand that, and you will help each other. Whatever sessions you come across, you find that this is a session which I have taken for physiology, please share it with the fellow members on the Telegram group. So y'all are a huge crowd of 11K members on Telegram group following the same targets. You know, the energy is such that you all will be motivated for sure. So please share the links with everyone on the group, whatever sessions you think are relevant for those days' subjects. All right. Now coming to the query, ठीक है, GTs हमने कैसे plan किए हैं? So what we have planned, Sundays we said would be dedicated for your GTs. So 300 questions का GT, whatever time you are giving, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. How to review the GT? If you are giving the GTs, बस देख रहे हो कि हमने solve कर लिया, इतना score आ रहा है, you are not learning from the mistakes, please then don't give the GT. Okay, I would be very honest and brutal with all of you, because that is what I need to be. If you are doing that, you know, you should stop giving GTs then. Don't waste that time in giving GTs. GTs are helpful only when you review them. You learn from your mistakes. Okay? So at least for the GTs that you would be giving, I want all of you to make a graph, a table at least. Like we are having GT on 29th November, फिर आपका 6 December, 13 December, 20, 27, 3rd. For every GT, write down the score that you have got, the correct questions that you have got, the incorrect questions, the questions that you guessed. Out of the guessed questions, how many questions you got right. So that will give you an insight, whether my guessing power, tukka marne ka power is good or not. And you have to work on it as well. The cheat codes will definitely help you in that. Apart from that, also make a table, the strongest subject, maximum जिसमें मिला, और weakest subject कौन सा है. ठीक है? So if you see that one subject is coming persistently in the weakest column, that means you need to go back to that subject notes, to that subject question bank and make your subject strong. Remember, you cannot afford to leave even one subject for your exam. Every subject is important. Okay? So please make this chart, all of you. Today itself you should do it and have this chart right in front of you, a big chart. And along with that make a graph कि ठीक है ये मेरा 29 का GT है, 6 का GT है, 13 का GT है. This is your score. Let's say 100. ठीक है, जैसे भी 200 लिखना है, 400 लिखना है, 600 लिखना है. On 29, suppose you scored 500. On 6th, you scored 600. On 13th, you scored 400. So make sure your graph is not coming down. Your graph should always go up. Wherever it is going down, focus more on that GT analysis. Alright. Now, how to do the GT reviews? बहुत calculated किया है. I have got my mathematics into play here. Now, there are 300 questions in GTs. Okay. So let us take on an average to read the explanation of a question. Let us say it takes 3 minutes for each question. ठीक है? 3 minutes average लिया है. किस को तो you will need not even a minute because you know that. Okay, so we have taken an average. किसको 1 minute, किसको 3 minutes, किसको 5 minutes. So let's say we have taken 3 minutes. So that is total 900 minutes that you would need for one GT to be reviewed. 900 minutes means how many hours? 900 minutes means how many hours? Let's see. Let's get back to some basic mathematics. How many hours is your 900 minutes, right? It is your 15 hours. It is your 15 hours, okay? So 15 hours basically आपको चाहिए एक GT review करने के लिए. So how will you manage in the entire week? So from Monday to Saturday, and then you have Sunday where you have given the GT. So on Monday to Saturday, these 6 days, give 1.5 hours for the GT review. Okay, give 1.5 hours for the GT reviews. That means kitna minutes? That means your 90 minutes. 90 minutes. That means how many questions you will review every day? अगर आप 90 minutes दे रहे हो, 3 minutes each question. That means 30 questions each day. That means Monday to Saturday you are reviewing 180 questions of the GT. Everything is very calculated. Follow it. It will be very easy. You'll be on track. On Sunday, ठीक है, ये आपके हो गए 9 hours. ये आपके हो गए 9 hours. बाकी आपके 6 hours बचते हैं जो GT review के लिए लगते हैं. वो आपको देने हैं Sunday को. That is why I have not kept any subject for reading, for revising on Sunday. So what will you do on Sunday? You have only one task. That is to give a GT, 3 hours, 3.5 hours and 6 hours for the GT review. ठीक है? 6 hours में you will do your rest of the 120 questions. ठीक है? तो basically आपको Sunday को जो 300 में से 120 questions complete करने हैं. Is it clear? So more mathematics. 6 hours is basically your 360 minutes. That means how many questions? That means 120 questions. So is it clear with everyone? So Monday to Saturday, basically you would be reviewing just 30 questions. कितना time लगता है? आपको उतना time भी नहीं लगेगा. ठीक है? If you are well read. And 30 questions each day, per day. And on Sunday, you have to do 4 times more. That is your 120 questions. Sorted? Everyone is sorted with this? Right? So GT review becomes very easy. How to do the GT review is start with the questions that you have made wrong. First review the questions which are incorrect. Okay? Then you can go for the questions which you have guessed, and then go for the questions which you have done right. Okay? If not this, I would also say that the other way to go for GT review would be go according to the subjects. Okay? So you can do your GT review based on subjects also. How does it help is, it becomes easy to add notes to that subject ka notebook. I hope all of you have separate notebook for each subject for your notes. Add on notes to that subject. If you have extra point which you have come across, add on to the notes. So whatever you are more comfortable with, you can go with that. ठीक है, I would personally prefer कि हाँ ठीक है subject wise जाऊं और उसमें मैं देखूं कि मेरा कौन सा question incorrect हुआ है और कौन सा question correct हुआ है, right? And even in that subjects, what you can do is when you are reviewing. So when you are giving the first GT on 29th, ठीक है, when you are giving the first GT on 29th, what you can do is you can start with the subjects that you have just revised recently. ठीक है, फिजियो, फार्मैक, पैथो, ये सब जो आप कर रहे हो, तो there you will get to know कि in spite of revising, where am I making mistakes? So you have recently revised the subjects, so that will help you to analyze your mistakes in a very, very well manner. Okay, so that is how you can progress. How to choose the subjects? This is how you can choose the subjects for that. Okay, now yes, before I proceed ahead, let me take some queries. नहीं तो आप बोलोगे only ma'am is doing the talking, she is not letting us ask the queries. So please pour in your queries. I'm all here to answer your queries. So Revati has a doubt, ma'am, please list down the must-do topics if possible. So Revati, I as an individual, I'm not perfect or I'm not the best to tell you कि ये topics करने हैं. Whatever topics, you know, at least I think are important, I will list them down for you, but that won't be a complete list because I'm not a subject expert for all the 19 subjects. There are already resources available from the various platforms कि ये subject में ये important है, ये subject में ये important है. You can club it together and you can make a list out of it for yourself. Plus when you solve the previous year papers, you will get a very clear insight into these are the important topics. Okay, and so I hope that helps. Shivani is asking whether to read notes or to do MCQs. No, I would not say that, you know, you should read notes पहले कि आप notes पढ़ते जाओ और MCQs नहीं करो. You would have realized in the INICET exam that even if you read the theory, you are very strong in the theory, still solving MCQs was a problem. So I would say that please focus on MCQs more. I think you have done enough theory. I'm considering that you are well read. If you have not done it before, you have not read the notes even once, then you should do it. But if you have already done it once, then please focus on the MCQs. Whatever questions you are getting stuck, whatever questions you are getting wrong, or you are just guessing the answer, there you can go back to the notes for that particular topic itself. ठीक है? And even when you are revising that particular topic, I would suggest that जो आपका notebook है वो particular subject का, let us say anatomy. ठीक है? Anatomy you are reading, you are solving MCQs. You came across a question on foramen of skull. ठीक है? You came across a question on foramen of skull. The question is middle meningeal artery passes through which foramen? We all know, we have seen the cheat codes, and I'm sure all of you know middle meningeal artery passes through foramen spinosum. It passes through foramen spinosum. But let's say when you are solving this question, you know, you are confused and you mark the answer as foramen ovale. So you have got this question wrong. So I would say that then this is the time that you go back to your notes and you revise everything about foramen of skull. Not only this, everything कि foramen ovale से क्या जाता है, rotundum से क्या जाता है. INICET had a question on foramen of skull. It's a very, very important topic, right? So when you are going back to that topic of foramen of skull in your notes, at the end page, you know, last में जो अभी आपके खाली pages हैं notebook में, उसमें वापस notes बना लो foramen of skull के. Your handwritten notes are the best, you know, I always stress on that. So make your handwritten notes again for that particular topic, so that when you revise before the exam or you go into the next revision cycle, these are the notes that you would refer to first while revising this subject. ठीक है? Anatomy फिर जब आप करोगे, आप start ही करोगे ये आपके बाकी जो notes है. And notes making really does not take time. Whatever you are thinking, whatever you are reading, you just have to, you know, scribble it out. Nobody is going to see कि आपने कितने artistically notes बनाए हैं. अगर आपको पढ़ने आ रहे हैं, it's good enough. So you can even use the short forms. If the notes are for you, not for anyone else. Okay. Now, while revising this subject, ठीक है. Now what should you do while revising the subject? Notes करना है, MCQ करना है. As I said, I would say please focus on the MCQs. Now which MCQs? I would say first start with the previous year papers. Whichever platform you are subscribed to, you can, all of them have the previous year papers, you have the guidebooks. Previous year papers में से पहले वो questions करो so that you get an idea कि these are the important topics and you master those topics first. And then you can go to your bookmark questions and all those stuff. Alright? So let me get back to the queries. So Super Energy is asking how to cover backlogs in each subject. So Super Energy, you have the super energy to cover your backlogs as well. Your name itself is such, energetic. What you need to do, if any one of you feel that, ये मेरा backlog है, or there is one subject, for example, let's say during my UG days, OBGY and surgery were the subjects जो मुझे हमेशा लगता था कि weak है. I was not very confident about them. So what you need to do is work on those subjects every day till you get this key. This has become my strong subject now. So divide your day, whatever amount of hours you have. Let's say X amount of hours you have for studies. 1.5 hours is going for your GT review. 1 hour at least is going for revision of whatever you have read the previous day. ठीक है, बहुत important है. You have to do it. Even if you're not able to complete your daily target, you have to do this by hook or by crook. This is the most important part. So 1 hour, whatever, if it's a Tuesday, I'm revising whatever I've read on Monday. I have to do it by hook or by crook. If you have any backlogs, keep at least 1 hour every day for that backlog wala subject. PSM है, radiology है, medicine है, जो भी है. So keep doing some topics of that subject every day. बाकी जो आपका टाइम बचता है वो आप जो आपका डेडिकेटेड सब्जेक्ट है उसके लिए यूज करो. सो फॉलो दिस प्लान, इट रियली हेल्प्स. Geeky Monam has a doubt. What about the emergency medicine? So emergency medicine कोई अलग सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. ठीक है, आप जो भी सब्जेक्ट पढ़ोगे, सर्जरी पढ़ोगे, मेडिसिन पढ़ोगे, पीडियाट्रिक्स पढ़ोगे, you will come across the emergency situations that accumulated together will form your emergency medicine. ठीक है, you don't need to do something extra. If you are talking about a platform which has emergency medicine अलग से, please club it in your medicine का days. ठीक है, club it in your medicine का days. Now, what are the other queries? Regarding giving the GTs, one platform or multiple platforms, I would say multiple platforms. Of course, reliable platforms where you have huge number of students giving the test. Because what happens if you just stick to one platform, you might have a question bias from that platform. Some platform will give very easy questions. Another platform will give difficult questions. You should have the skills to solve all the questions. So multiple platforms is something that I would suggest. So Sandeep is asking, madam, how to tackle being sleepy in between GT. At least I never came across this query while I was preparing. Maybe because I was too motivated and had a burning desire, as I had mentioned in my last session, to get a good rank. See, when will you feel sleepy during the GT is when you are giving only for, देने के लिए जब दे रहे हो. Tell me, do you feel sleepy in a movie of 3 hours, 3.5 hours? Not at all, Rather, after the movie is over, we feel like 3 hours कब खत्म हो गए मालूम ही नहीं पड़ा. So the difference is only of the interest, what you like and what you don't like. So what I can gauge from this, no offense to anyone, but at least what I can gauge is if you are feeling sleepy while doing something, that means you are not doing it out of passion. You are doing it just because of the rat race which is happening. So if it is like that, that will not bear fruits at all. First, as I say, you need to have a burning desire to do whatever you are doing. Have that passion and definitely you won't feel sleepy. रियल एग्जाम में यू विल नेवर फील स्लीपी बिकॉज आपके ऊपर वो प्रेशर होता है. जीटीज में थोड़ा लेड बैक एटीट्यूड होता है. सो गिव एवरी जीटी लाइक इट इज योर फाइनल एग्जाम. द स्कोर्स विच यू गिव इन जीटी आर लाइक योर फाइनल स्कोर्स. सो गिव एवरी जीटी लाइक दैट. डोंट गिव योर जीटीज ऑन द मोबाइल फोन्स प्लीज. You need to have a desktop or a laptop so that it simulates your real exam situation. All right. और क्या queries हैं? So Dr. VK, as I told, the query is Dr. VK is asking at the end, we might forget starting subjects, how to cover. So that is why you need to keep some time every day to revise the previous day का. ठीक है. संडे को जब आप जीटी का कर रहे हो, आप 3 hours 3.5 hours सपोज जीटी दे रहे हो, 6 hours रख रहे हो, 1 hour 2 hours keep for your entire week. Whatever you have studied, revise that on Sunday as well. So extra task to be done on Sunday is to revise whatever you have read in the weekdays. Nishu, how many hours we study daily? उसका कोई limit नहीं है. The number of hours is not as important as the quality of study. Whether you are actually studying and retaining whatever you are studying, या सिर्फ you are looking at the number of hours. So maybe someone who's able to do in 1 hour, other person might do it in 2 hours. So it will vary from person to person. Whatever best hours you have, I can only say make the best use of every minute that you have. Like now is the time, you cannot afford to waste even a minute. So you have to make the best of it. नहीं डॉक इंग्ले मैम क्वेश्चन सिर्फ प्रीवियस ईयर के कर लूं तो बहुत है. नहीं, जितना करो उतना कम है, कुछ भी बहुत नहीं है. बट येस, यू नीड टू स्टार्ट विद दोस एटलीस्ट टू गेट एन आइडिया इनटू कि इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स कौन से हैं. वो भी आपको प्रीवियस ईयर के सिर्फ क्वेश्चंस नहीं करने हैं. यू हैव टू डू द प्रीवियस ईयर टॉपिक्स. ठीक है, नॉट द क्वेश्चंस. प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ दैट. क्वेश्चंस विल नॉट बी रिपीटेड. Topics will be repeated for sure. I can see जब मैंने 2012 में एग्जाम दिया था, the topics are still the same except for some few updates, the new COVID thing which has come. Otherwise, the rest of the topics are the same which are asked. Ankit, are 2 revisions sufficient? Even 1 revision is sufficient if you have done it very, very well. So as I said, quantity does not matter, quality matters. If you have given the INICET, it's a reality check for all of us. If you have done well in that, it means you are on track. If not, that means you need to change your strategies. Any other queries, guys? So Siddharth is asking, will it be a good decision to study systemic wise and non-integrated subjects alternately in between like you proposed earlier? So Dr. Siddharth, whatever you think suits you the best, you can do. Personally, I would stick to one timetable rather than jumping from idhar se udhar. If at all it happens ki today is the day of anatomy but I'm bored of anatomy, if I want, I can change one day of physiology to anatomy. I can do that exchanges because that makes no sense ki I am not able to read anatomy but still I will keep reading that. So you can change, but make sure that you finish your revision in these many days. You can customize your plan accordingly. So flawless, it's me. There is no rough paper given in NEET PG. How do we manage? I know we should train our mind and we want advice on that. So the best way to do is whenever you are giving GTs, you are practicing questions. Practice the questions without the rough paper. That's the best thing. Ground पे जब final match खेलने जाता है, the best thing is to do the net practice. That is what, decides whether you will win on the ground or not. So when you are practicing the questions, don't use the rough paper. Do it, mentally. And if you are afraid of that, I would say every day solve at least 5 questions so that by the time your exam comes, you have a strong hold on it. ठीक है, of course आपको ऐसे क्वेश्चंस नहीं देंगे जिसके कैलकुलेशंस डिफिकल्ट है. They all know that we are doctors and not mathematicians. एग्जाम डेट का कोई आइडिया किसी को नहीं है, मुझे भी नहीं है, आपको भी नहीं है, शायद एनबीई को भी नहीं है, किसी को नहीं है. सो डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम थिंकिंग ऑन थिंग्स व्हिच आर नॉट इन योर कंट्रोल. ठीक है, सो I hope all of you know this. I've shared it before as well. एक मिनट. So there is a very important, infographic on worrying, how we keep worrying all the time. If we are not worrying about something, then we feel that, something is not normal in our life. So worrying has become such an integral part of our life. If we don't have anything to worry about, we think that something is wrong in my life. So worry is if you're worrying about anything, then it says, can you do anything about it? Okay, let's say you are worrying about the subject PSM. ठीक है, आपको लग रहा है कि PSM मेरा बहुत weak and you are keeping worrying about it. Can you do something about it? Of course you can do. You can dedicate some hours every day to make your PSM, the weak subject, strong. So if you can do that, do that. You have a solution already. Then why worry, right? When you can do something about what you are worrying about, do that. What are you waiting for? So there is no need to get worried about that. If you are worrying about something, like let's say the NEET PG dates, okay, can you do anything about it? Okay, can you do anything about it? No. If you cannot do anything about it, then why are you worrying about it? Okay, so if you're worrying about something, you can do something about it. Do that. You don't need to worry. If you're worrying about something which you cannot do anything, can't do anything about it, then why worry? So basically the point is, why do you need to worry? There is a solution to things, and there are some things which are not in your control. There are only two options, right? So कोई फायदा नहीं है उस पर डिस्कस करके, छोड़ दो जो चीजें हाथ में नहीं है. Paramita, लास्ट 3 ईयर क्वेश्चंस के अलावा बाकी पेपर्स अवेलेबल नहीं है. अवेलेबल है if you go out and you search for the books, you will get guidebooks for the previous year papers. Okay, so you can search for them on Amazon. You will definitely get them. Yes, Sohini, a good question. Should we focus? वीडियो को क्या हो गया? Is it okay now? ठीक है. Probably that's an omen when the video gets stuck कि work हो गया. Now let the students go and study. Parasitology life cycle, I'll come up with more sessions. Where, when, how, I'll keep you posted. All of you, please be there connected on the Telegram group, Dr. Nikita's Radsynapse. The link is t.me Dr. Nikita. I'll share the PDF of this revision timetable with all of you. Please don't take screenshots. I would be there in the timetable screenshot as well. So don't worry, I'll share the PDF with all of you, and it would be easy for all of you to access it. Okay. AIIMS papers, yeah, I was talking about the AIIMS papers. Yes, you should solve the previous year AIIMS papers as well, because topics from AIIMS are repeated in your NEET PG. Okay, so please do the AIIMS papers. Topics repeat होते हैं. So you, whatever are the new topics, like your COVID पे कौन से questions आए, that you will get to know from AIIMS. So solving the AIIMS papers is also required. Whatever are the ambiguous questions, please don't break your heads on that. You won't get such questions. Even if you get, everyone gets score for it. आया भी तो एक आधा question आएगा. There's no point. You have more 299 questions to be worried about. So don't break your heads on ambiguous questions, controversial questions, the very new changes. One question does not make sense to waste so much time on that. ठीक है? चलो मेरे को लगता है अभी बहुत हो गया. Let's get back to studies and let's start with the timetable from tomorrow. Any other queries? Worry not. ऐसा नहीं है कि I'm not there after this session. We can stay connected on the Telegram group for sure, and I can solve your queries there as well. ठीक है? Cadaver discussions. वापस ये वीडियो अटक गया. Another omen to please stop the video. Is it running fine or is it not running fine? I am not able to see the video, guys. Can you let me know in the chat? हाँ ठीक है. Regarding the cadaveric images, see, whatever you are afraid about, whatever you are making wrong, the only thing is to practice, practice and practice. Now you have so many videos on the YouTube as well regarding cadaveric images. Keep watching them, keep revising them. Have your schematic diagrams in front of you while you are looking at the cadaveric images. If possible, I'll take some sessions on cadaveric images to give you an insight, you know, ऐसे questions को approach करते हैं. So maybe we'll do that someday. And are you going to conduct daily tests after each day? I'll try my best to do every day. At least you will have quizzes, you know, like we used to have an academy pe quizzes karte the, which is free for everyone. It would be a live quiz. Please make a note of that. Planning to keep the quizzes 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. ठीक है, so जो morning वाले हैं, जो रात वाले हैं, सबके लिए it would be suitable. So you will have 2 quizzes in a day. These are like we will have. Apart from that, maybe we will have other quizzes on quizzes as well, or like we do on Google Forms. ठीक है, या फिर अपने सेशंस में हो गए, मेंबर एक्सक्लूसिव सेशंस में, विंसम वेडनेसडे में हो गए, अनअकैडमी सेशंस में हो गए. Whatever I can do, I'll do from my part. At least like 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. we will have respective subject quizzes, so that you know it would be like a pre-test. The 10 a.m. wala would be like a pre-test for you. The 10 p.m. you know same day there can be a post-test ऐसा. Image-based questions, whatever topic you are reading. Let me say radiology, dermatology. We know everything is going to have an image in radio, dermat, micro, patho. Whatever topic you are reading, I would say the best thing to do is कि एक बार Google images कर लो जो topic पढ़ रहे हो. For example, let's say pneumothorax पढ़ रहे हो. I will just go to Google and type pneumothorax and go to Google images directly. You have to type in very specific like pneumothorax X-ray. You will get all the X-rays which are there. So that gives you multiple images that can be asked in your exam. INICET ने वही किया, बस Google से उठा के images डाल दिए. Pneumothorax पढ़ रहे हो, pneumothorax X-ray search किया, pneumothorax CT search किया. If there is any image which you have a query, make sure you ask that query to the respective subject faculty and get it solved. And these images, like one prototype image, should be saved in your phone, in your laptop, hard disk, wherever for last minute revision. ठीक है? Make folders in your phones for the images which you are reading. You can sort the folders according to subject. You can sort the folders according to systems, whatever you find more convenient. अगर आप physiology पढ़ रहे हो, physiology जब हम start करने वाले हैं कल, you are reading renal physiology. You can keep an image of your, ठीक है, वो जो nephron, renal tubule का आपको सब देखना है, कौन कहाँ act करता है, क्या absorb होता है. Keep images handy. Before sleeping every day, you can just have a quick look at those images. Ashray, I mean, I wish I could appoint someone. If you are in for it, we can definitely work on it to work on the subject-wise sessions that I have taken. Because even to appoint someone, I would need someone who understands कि ये कौन से topic का session है. So it has to be a medico, right? If you have any suggestions, recommendations for that, I would be glad to have someone like that. Okay. That would be the second last thing we can ask for. What is the last thing then, Ashray? ठीक है, चलो अभी चलते हैं, बहुत हो गया अभी. I think I've solved majority of your queries, right? So that's all, guys. I think you have got a plan to hit hard from tomorrow, and you've got a perfect plan for everything. Please make sure you follow it. Remember that there are 10K more members on the group following the same timetable. So make sure you do that, and whatever test you have, make sure that you have your name on the leaderboard. Have that goal every day, each day. So we will have tests at 10 a.m., 10 p.m., some more surprise tests. I would keep you posted on the Telegram group. So stay connected on the Telegram group, Dr. Nikita's Radsynapse, t.me Dr. Nikita. As I said, I'll try my best to share the links of the respective subject sessions, be it Winsome Wednesday, be it on Unacademy, whatever I've taken. I'll try and share those links with all of you. Alright. So keep studying, keep revising, and keep winning. Goodbye. Take care. Signing off for today. Dr. Nikita here. Remember, visualize the result on the screen every day when you are waking up, when you are going to sleep, every moment. Imagine your roll number, your name in the top rankers list. That will motivate you to study no matter what, and never give up. Okay, sooner or later PG तो करना ही है, तो sooner कर लो तो better है. No point in procrastinating it and delaying it. So with that positive note, ending the today's session. Hope it helped you all, and would be there with each one of you, for all your queries. I would be always there. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care.